Start recording the missing link. For where I am right now, it is 108, 54, 54, 27, 3 by 9, 39 is number 10, and a number I was going to be talking about. How is everybody today? I'm a little bit nervous and I feel like crying. Everything is just so great, and I have no one to share it with. I feel like one of my friends right now. She's a girl. You know, I feel like, oh, what color do I put here now, and what color do I put there, because I'm all over the floor. Anyways, I want to talk a little bit about time. And for me, there should be a 32-hour day. And one of the reasons for the 32-hour day, or the full cycle, 64 hours. Because of the chess game. There's 64 squares, and it's perfect. And then if you take a square and you turn it between the squares, doesn't matter. I still already counted all the angles. So I don't have to go any bigger or put another square in it and keep counting time. How long is time? Maybe the week is one day up in the other world. Doesn't matter. This is what we're going to discuss right now. I'm going to go back 5 pages. First of all, the white ghost. Who do I see as the white ghost? The sperm, the salt, the sugar, the cocaine, rusty metals. What's in our system? Inning in baseball, in our system. Nibiru, in. Bruin, Boston Bruins, Nibiru. Both are on the ball field and on the hockey rink. I'm going to talk a little bit about Nibiru and why I think Nibiru is a great sign. Irregardless to what anybody says about Nibiru, the talk exists. There are blogs that exist on Facebook, on Google, on YouTube. So the reality of Nibiru is true. The reality of the second sun. Is that Don Adams or Donnie Gilson talking about the second sun? The reality is we are talking about the second sun. So somehow, even if nothing exists, it's a story. So we got to play it out like the story is. If it's true, I like to play. That's why I think Nibiru exists. Because it seems like everything from the past, everything, it seems like they know everything from the past. How in the world could you know so much from the past? How in the world, if they weren't some special guy, didn't come down and give you a little zets, a little push on what the past was actually like and what's coming in the future? What do I think? I haven't said a word about Nibiru yet, eh? The Bruin, inning, by, to, by the time it comes, in, Ru, the street she rolls, Nibiru, N14.5, also presented in Einstein the same way. Ni is 14 and 9, 23. 14 and 9 is my Mr. Tacpan, 7286. 7 times 2 is 14. 7 and 2 is 9. How do you get 7 and 2? Well, from alpha beta to the 10-10 world of alpha beta to fill up the gap of space. From 1 to 10 takes 9, and from 2 to 10 takes 8. So you have 1 and 2 covering up to 9 and 8, which creates 72, which comes in Nibiru. One package, one wholesome package of Nibiru coming down. Speaking of all the tunes, that there is actual life that's connected to Nibiru, even if Nibiru is no longer real. Just by choosing the name Nibiru, you have given life to an element that so far some people say exists and others say doesn't exist. Or most people say it exists and it's coming this way and it's nothing. Others are saying, instead of saying it's nothing, why don't we say, what is it? What would it do? What can it do? What would you know what I'm saying? Nibiru. N-I-B-R-U. It's got 2 eyes in it. You want to see something else with 2 eyes in it? Let me see if I can show you something with 2 eyes in it. Here, I'm going to show you something about the days of the week. Listen to this. I believe that our actual day is 90 minutes, 60 minutes, to 60 metric minutes is 90 minutes. Okay, I know I made a mistake in there somewhere. It's supposed to be 64 minutes to an hour in the new hours in order to create this. And 6 and 4 is very big. There's so many numbers. I'm sitting here alone and I keep repeating them. And I make one little mistake and no one understands. No one asks me any questions. 16 hours in a day. 9 hours, so 16 hours in a day. 9 hours awake. 7 hours asleep. And then I had it this way. 16 hours in a day. Okay. And, no, that's not what I want. What did I want to do? No, I'm not going to do metric time. Sorry. I'm not going to do metric time. Sorry, I'm not doing that. I'm going to do metric time after this. Okay, we're going to just split up the week. Okay, 6 days a week. During the day, we are awake 16 hours towards the cell of spirit. Why is it the cell of spirit? Because it's 16 hours, and the 6 and the 1 is the only dice that comes alone, and it enters into 6. It rules the 6, A and F. 6 and 1 is 7, and it's also seen on the dice. That's what it means. So 6 days of the week, A, B, and C, primarily to God. That's why you get the first 6 days that way, which is 3 in 1 day. It's not a full 6 days. Excuse me, it's 3, 1, and 2, just like A, B, and C, 3, 1, and 2, which is a mathematical equation. I don't remember what it is right now, but 6 days at 16 hours is 96 hours. Well, 96, that's 4 total days. And 6 days of sleep at 8 hours is 48 hours is 2. So right away we get the number 6 and 2, which is Venus and Mars. That's the time planets. So now we get the next part of the week, because it's a 10-day cycle. The next part is 3 days awake and 3 days asleep. So it's 48 hours, 2 days. And then the other one is sleeping 24 hours, 1 day. So that's 2 and 1. Okay, and the last day of the 10th day, which gives us the end of the 6, 1, and 3 10-day cycles, is 24 hours we give to God. And this is the way and the reason we give it to God. Okay, I'm going to show you over here. It's because of these hours over here. 9 and 6 and 4 and 8 equals to 144. 4, 4, and 1 equals 9I. Sleeping 48 and 24, which is 72, which is 9I. The other one is for God, 24 hours of sleep. So do you remember 9, 9, and 6, 6, 9, 6? If I, trying to question if I who. And you take out these 24 hours for God, for the relief of the mind. Because God doesn't want you in the cycle of life forever. It's a constant cycle. It's a grueling cycle. He knows it. He knows it. That unless we connect with the spirit world and understand what it's all about, it's a hard drive. Always thinking we got to go up, up, up. And we know that if we slip one time, our money goes down, and then we're worthless. No one dates us. We can't get the right clothing. I'm out of blue paint and I'm out of money. I want to paint 3 colors and no one wants to come here and tell me what's wrong so I can fix it. But anyways, okay, so we get the whole scenario here is 10 days. 9 of the days we spend of 216 hours. 2, 1, and 6. A, B, and F. 2, 1, and 6. The total is 9. Then we come out to awaking hours, which the total is 9. Then we come out to sleeping hours, the total is 9. Then we come out to the awake hour for the month for the time of God, and the number is 6. 9 times 6 is 54. 450, 486. 486 is the same thing as 7286. Why? Because the 4 counts for 2 areas. The 7 is the gate of the one world, 7, 2. 4 is the connection of 4 and 6. 2 connects to 4 and 4 connects to 6. 2 also connects to 6. But 4 only connects to 6 through 8 or 5. Do you follow me? Mars, how can I say it? Anyways, forget about that. I don't want to get into that. On your telephone, on one of the sides, 1, 4, and 7 is in a row. 1 month at 28 days, 4 months of 30 days and 7 months of 31 days. Now, isn't it funny the way if you multiply the 7 times the 4, you end up with 28. The month of February, the 28 days, the number 1. Now you have the number 1. So now you have the number 1 plus February, so now you have 7 months that end in 1. At the end of this all, 7 by 4 is 28. 7 plus 4 is 11, equals to 39. 39 represents perfection, totality, hitting the brick wall. Okay, anyways, the 7 months, okay, 7 months of 31 days equals 217 days. Now, isn't that funny? The BQ, the beta queen, B and 17, or 21. They represent A, B, C, D, E, F on the dice, totals to 21. 21 and 7. 7 by 3 is 21, and 37, 2 plus 1, is the center of gematria with the 36 numbers in roulette. At the end of this all, what I do is I take 21 times 7 is 148. 148, 1 times 4 by 8 is 32, plus 8 plus 4 plus 1 is 13, equals 45. 45, 4 and 5 is 9. Before we started with 7, 1 and 2, which was 10, we went 10 and 9. And it goes in a sequence because 10 and 9 is 19. And that's what we need on Copper Mountain. But anyways, we have 45 and it represents the fox in letters, F-O-X, but not in this scenario the way I got them. Okay? The other thing I want to say about the 45 fox is that F is the 6, O is the 6, and X is 6. So 45, getting the 7 months, is the months of 666. They rule you for 7 months. The opposition and the balance in the space of 666 is 444, and that's Barack Obama right now. And 3 4 is equal 3. 3 6 is equal 9. That's 39. That's perfection. You can't get any better than the 7 months they run us by. They have to run us by perfection. 4 months are for the creation God. 1 and 2, 8 and 9, because it represents the 72 and the 1,000 and the 100 area. It's just the way it is. Let me back it up a page. Now, the other thing I was going to mention, I'm going to try and remember it, is the metric time, in which there is, if I remember, it was 15 hours a day, and it was 64 minutes to an hour, and it was 9 hours awake, and it was 6 hours asleep, and it was and I'm trying to figure out whether it was 16 hours or 15. I don't remember, but there's a metric time to this, and I wish I can just tell you right now. The reason I'm telling you this is because it relates to time and space that other planets move. Do you understand? It's like a watch. It's like a watch. The other planets are moving. So if they're moving at this time, and these numbers now represent, like looking into a dictionary and saying, what does it mean number 2, or TOO, or TO, or it's like Toronto. Like, what does this all mean? What does it mean? It all has a definition deeper down from where it once came, because it came from something else. Everything came and existed from something else. As you heard in history, the greatest thing in history is what happened between man and the monkey. Because they know everything connects. So man didn't just pop into life like that. They know everything connects. Down the line, that's the one thing they had to do, is they had to duplicate everything in life. So that somebody, one of us, would have a chance to say, okay, everything's duplicating on purpose. So we should be able to find out, or we should be able to learn, or have the chance of learning from what they've already seen, and to give us a chance against the mighty evil galaxies from elsewhere that came into our world to upset everything, the natural ways of life, and to teach us all the wrong ways in schools and how business was, and they taught us all the wrong ways, because you know when one person makes too much money, they take it away from somebody else. When everybody becomes rich, the others become poor, and then chop, 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 a few more poor, and they don't come back. Where were we? We were talking about the months. So there's 15 hours. So these planets, and I'm talking about the planets like Neptune, the 8 hours a day that we sleep, that's for Neptune and Venus. That's their connection. Okay? They cross over 5. And 5 in that situation is basically you. You're up to Venus, you sleep to Neptune. You sleep to Neptune, you're up to Venus. And Mars, of course, Mars plays a great role. Mars is in your mind. Mars is the connection. You see, because the 5 is red, it's in the middle. It's a turnstile. It's turning 2468, 2468, 2468. It's continuously turning 2468, and it's turning it to 1379. 1379, 2468, 1379. And it's continuously turning. But inside the core, number 5, is automatically 1, which means 3 is inside. But if 3 is inside, it means the 7th gate. The 7th gate is there, the 9th passage. The 7th gate, you know what the 7th gate is? That's a drat. The 9, it's a dog. It's Pluto, from Pluto. Number 8, the drat goes down, meets the dog, he gets on, and there's a circle here to go out, and there's a circle here to get in, into that world. There you go, Pluto. There you go. I want to tell you one thing. The design of everything in this world, and if you really look at the weakest card, which is the club, it's all about this. I mean, if I put it in front of my zipper, you'll think it's my dick. If I look at it at your zipper, I'll think it's your pussy. If I turn it sideways, I'll think it's an eyelid, closed. And if I put it this way, I'd say there's 2 nuts missing. I think it's the pie. I think he'd be a man, and he's really bold, and he's got his arms curled up, and he's ready to rock and roll, rolling on one ball. Because that's all we're rolling on, is one ball. One ball in there, boom, we make the rest work. We got the mouse in the head. The pineal gland. What else was I going to say with this? Oh yeah, that's like General Electric. Look at the difference between man's way and the way of Mars. The only difference is the N, and the N is the representation of the cross. It's the representation of the crisscross of the DNA because of the 4-1 that's inside of it. Mars, okay, has 18, which is the angel resident, which is the 1 spirit and the 8 heaven, which means we pass through Mars to think. Because man is the N, and he has the 14 cross. So we have to cross through there to think into Mars. Wow. But we can't go directly into Mars. We've got to go another way. So I told you about the week, 8 hours of sleep. And anyways, all those hours, 6, 1, and 3, is the football scoring. 6, 1, and 3 is 10 days, 240 hours. The 24 was for God. 24 times 0, 0 equals 1.5. 24 times 0 equals 36. Creation of man. 3 by 6 is the is the angel resident. 36 by 0. 36 by 0 equals 54. And that's 9 by 6. And that's the birth again. That's the days away. A repetition back to the top again. 36 moons. 36 years in life, if I remember, is 49 moons plus 36. 3 by 6 is 1008. It's 1008. 1008. Anyways, whatever it is, I'm on to this moon thing now. And it's, I lived 1 year, 13 moons. I lived 10 years, 130 moons. And plus or minus the add-on days. And what I found is there's a difference of 20.25 days in the difference of the Mayans calendar and our calendar today. And this is an old piece that I did when I knew nothing. and I'm just trying to think. So now I'm back to that same cycle again. I've seen somewhere in my work I came to the same 20 point something, and I'm missing 0.75, and 5775 is next year on the calendar. And now Nibiru is coming in, and they had the hockey strike. Oh yes, they had the football interruption and the hockey strike. It's all connected. We're all on the same planet. It's all connected for one person to get a bigger picture on what's going on, and that's called us. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching.